Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Baldur's Gate 2, the Enhanced Edition, The Shadows of Arm. And last we left off, we're currently clearing out the Kuo-Toa dungeon because we can, and because we're getting awesome loot for doing so. Namely, the Girdle of Frostgiant Strength that we'll use until we have to sacrifice it to make the Crom Faeyr, and the Soul Reaver +4. Now, I looked at this weapon for quite a while and wondered why I hadn't used it in my previous playthroughs of the game. It's a +4 weapon, that cumulative 2-point penalty to Thaco is fantastic if you're a melee fighter, and then I looked at this. Not usable by Chaotic Good, Neutral Good, and Lawful Good. And considering that most characters I play in this game are of good alignment, that eliminates this sword as a possible weapon. But Terri is not good aligned, which means we can take full advantage of this weapon and dominate opponents in one-on-one combat, provided of course they're attacking in melee. I'm sorry, Lilikor, your ability to give us immunity to Charm and Confusion will continue to be useful in certain situations, but you are a +3 weapon, and you don't have an inherent bonus to melee combat. Beyond being +3, I'm referring of course to this awesome combat ability. You have been replaced, Lilikor. You served us well for a very long time, but the Soul Reaver will be our main weapon from now on, until of course I get something better. It might be quite a while before I get something better. With that weapon equipped, it's time to go over here to the only avenue of progress that we have in this dungeon. And there goes Simulacrum Edwin, and I think our haste spells are going to expire pretty soon. Let's move forward very carefully, and before we trigger an encounter by walking forward, and we just did so, let us throw a fireball while we can. Fireballs are still useful after all. There we go, that's a lot of damage. Now we'll have our melee fighters rush forward and have at thee. Brilliant. Now, there is a wizard somewhere, or maybe I've already killed the wizard. We'll find out in a moment when spells start going off. No, I think the wizard is already dead, and that is brilliant. The wizard is quite a tricky opponent to take care of. That fireball made this so much more trivial. And this priest dealt a small amount of damage to Korgan, but that small amount of damage really doesn't mean much when he still has 105 health left. So victory is ours! Let's start looting. And of course there are loads of Kuo-Toa bolts to loot. Not bad treasure, it is magical. And we also have a potion here. This is a potion of strength, and there is a scroll. A scroll that we either can't learn, or we already have a full selection of spells for level 6. I believe we have a full selection of spells for level 6. We'll pass these Kuo-Toan bolts over to you, and I think we will have Vaconia heal up Korgan, because we aren't actually that far away from the final fight of this dungeon. And I'm not referring to taking this pathway here, because we're not going that way. We'll be going that way eventually when the plot demands it, but for now we're going to leave there alone. Let us put away this potion. We're probably not going to use it, but keeping it's not a bad idea. Terri can't really take advantage of it because it sets your strength to 18, and Terri's strength right now is a lot higher. Oh my, is it a lot higher. Now let us have you become invisible again, and step forward quickly to find, yep, more enemies, and there is a wizard. That's what I was afraid of. We'll have everyone but Dawn focus on the wizard in melee. We'll have you start firing things off here, and we'll have Edwin wait. Edwin should be perfectly safe, and here come more opponents. We have a warrior, and a whip. There is a monitor and another monitor. That's not good. We ideally want to get rid of these foes, so I think a fireball here is probably a good idea. Not a fireball flung that close to where Edwin is. That will end in disaster. We are currently being swamped, but we shouldn't have too much difficulty here, provided we don't let them focus on one person. Do we have anything that can really help us here? We have a Chain Lightning. That could be useful. Go for it. That'll definitely deal a lot of damage. Yep, that dealt quite a bit of harm. Ooh, that's not good. Terri is currently held. We need to deal with that. A Dispel Magic should do the trick. You should focus on... no, keep focusing on the wizard. You just keep dealing with these... Ooh, that's a captain. You're a slightly more tricky foe. And there we go. That Dispel Magic has freed Terri from the holding magic, and you're invisible again. You start shooting some arrows and slinging some sling bullets over there. You're just going to keep attacking there. Oh, that did also get rid of the wizard's defenses, didn't it? Yes, it did. That is a spell that I still don't know the purpose of, but now that the wizard is gone, we shouldn't have too much difficulty mopping up. The monitor is there, the warrior is there, the priest is there! Right, deal with the priest next. The priest is gone. We'll deal... Ooh, this is actually the final opponent of this dungeon, the prince. Might as well just deal with the prince, yep. While the prince is still at full strength, you can weaken the prince by using those tadpoles that I got, but since the prince was lured into the fight, might as well deal with the prince right there. The prince is gone. All these Kuo-Toa are gone. Are there any more Kuo-Toa nearby? Any more in here? This briny pool is a place of worship for the Kuo-Toa. Here they make offerings to the Sea Mother. Nothing there. There are quite a few things here. Let's get to looting. We'll grab this, that, this, that, this. More Kuo-Toa bolts. And everyone celebrated. There was not much celebration. And this is what we want. This and the small pile of gems. And 4,540 gold. Here are 10 garnets, 17 horn coral gems. Can't actually carry any more of them. That's okay, because we're going to be getting rid of these. Don't need all of these anymore. I think we'll keep one just so that I can show off what you can do with them. Not that it's going to be very effective for us. And there we go. We can pick up all of these. There are quite a few things that we can pick up. You can have that. We'll put this over here, these over here. Lots of gems. We're going to have quite a lot more money when we get back to Usnatha, that's for sure. And we can't learn any of these. These are Kuo-Toa bolts. These are Kuo-Toa bolts. These are Kuo-Toa bolts. We just need somebody to be able to hold on to them for now. So you hold on to them, why don't you? And you can then pick up... actually, yes, you just pick these up. We're not hiring anyone else. You're pretty good at identifying things, and that's why you're doing so. As for this item here, these are the Braces of Blinding Strike. Knight Wessex of the most noble order of the Radiant Heart often said, "Attack swiftly and your enemy will be so overwhelmed that the battle will be yours." He lived this principle through these braces. Before engaging in righteous battle, he would unlock the magic of the Blinding Strike and quickly rush at his enemy. More often than not, his opponent would fall within the first few seconds of combat. Charge abilities: improved haste once per day, duration 20 seconds. These are fantastic braces, and I would give these to Terri. I could give them to Terri, actually. The Thaco +1 isn't that great right now, and we got an additional +1 Thaco from the Soul Reaver, so I'll give you those, and we'll pass these over to someone else. You want to keep those. Looks like you're having these, Dawn. Your Thaco has improved slightly. Now you have a Thaco of -3. Still not on par with the others, but still pretty decent. And we found even more bolts. Hurrah! Said nobody as we identified 2 more and put them in the pile of bolts we already have. Now let's go over here and hope there aren't any more Kuo-Toa. And there aren't. Now this is where you would use those tadpoles. Right here.
Most disagreeable.
Fresh tadpoles swim in the pool. These tadpoles give strength to adult Kuo-Toa. You may contaminate the pool by adding the tainted tadpoles. you add the tainted tadpoles, which destroy the Kuo-Toan tadpoles in the pool. This would substantially weaken the Kuo-Toan prince, allowing you to more easily take him out in combat, but we didn't need to weaken him, so that's just something to show off how that mechanic works. And with that, we've pretty much done everything we want to here. There's an area over here, as I said, that we could go to now, but there's really no point. So instead, we shall do some healing, and then I think we'll rest. We want to make sure we heal as much as possible so that we don't waste too much time. And considering that there are no more foes I want to fight, we can just use the heal spell here and here, and then heal up Edwin a bit, and then I think we'll only need 8 hours to recuperate our spells. Not bad at all. Let's give you a cure moderate. That should probably be sufficient considering you only have 11. Yep, you only have 11 health missing. We shall save before we rest, just in case we do spend too much time. I don't think we will. And there we go. 8 hours rested. Time to move on. Also, we need to have you ready up that stone skin. Marvelous. Gotta keep you safe after all. Let's leave. We have to click here to go, so let us do that. And head back to Usnatha. We will indeed gather our party. The party has been gathered. Let's move forward. And see about heading back. The only place we haven't yet gone is to the final of the 3 dungeons, and I've left that one because I want that one to be the one we go to because the plot demands it. Also, we did pick up a quest item, this here. This is the blood of the Kuo-Toan prince. We can use that to carry on the plot, but I'm going to leave that with the eye that we picked up from the Beholder dungeon. I'd rather not continue the plot immediately. I want to go to that final place, get even more loot, get even more experience. Speaking of experience, you only need 81,000 to gain another level. 101, 71, 304, yeah, it's going to be a while before you level up again, 55, and 81. The party are due for a level up at some point. We'll probably level up at least one more time in this chapter. Hopefully we'll level up 2 more times, but that is wishful thinking.
Of course.
We'll head over here. 2 of us very quickly, the rest of the party not as fast. And all of the usable items that Terri has, there are a lot of them. We have aim here and improved haste.
Yes.
Not to mention, we have that Slayer change. We may be seeing that at some point soon. For now, let us sell some items. I still think we have a fair bit of time with which we can look around and do things, but we've got no such things to do. So let us sort out our sale of things. We do want more money after all. We may even sell some of those bolts. We are currently swimming in them. Hello.
Do not question the matron.
We'd like to see what you have to offer, and we would like to get with the selling of things. Not of these. It's this one that has all of the random gems that we've been picking up. We'll sell all of them. We'll sell all of them. Pearls might actually have a use, so I'm going to keep them. Garnet gems, no real use for them. Gold rings, sunstone gems, silver ring. That's 1,700. That's not too bad. What about in Dragomir's Respite? There's probably going to be a few things in here I want to get rid of. Elves Bane will keep. We will get rid of all 4 of these two-handed sword plus 1s. As for that, we're definitely keeping that because that's really good, and we will look in this bag of holding and see if there's anything. Nope, nothing else there. Now, as for other things, we can't even sell the Kuo-Toan bolts. Also, Plate of Boulderin, 10,500. We could sell the Drow bolts. To be fair, we probably should. Yeah, we'll get rid of them. So we can't even get rid of the Kuo-Toan bolts by selling them. We'll probably want to use them then. Let's actually equip the Kuo-Toan bolts. We already have loads of them equipped, but there we go.
Yes.
I'm
very
still
well.
thinking about that, staff.
Do not question
The,
matron
one that
mothers.
you sell. All the way down here, the Rod of Smiting. It's a pretty good weapon. It would have to, be used by Vaconia. Do I want to? It would make her very useful again. Actually, it will be very useful at some point. So you know what? We'll actually buy it. This is 11,000, very well spent. You hold on to this. Do you actually have proficiency with, staffs? You actually don't. Of all the weapons out there, you don't have proficiency with the staff. Well, I suppose Edwin could use it if we're desperate, but being able to slay golems with a single strike,
Yes.
we might have a use for it. Besides, we have loads of money. We have 69,000. We'll probably be okay.
I'm waiting.
Now, I wonder if we
Tell
need
me
to go
all
to the
about it.
tavern and spend a bit of time there for us to get to the next part of the game. Let's see about this. Oh, in the tavern. Okay, if we just go to the tavern, we might be able to just progress the plot. And that would be nice. We'd like to do that. Hopefully we haven't spent too much time running around.
Nothing to it.
Let's head forward. And she is here. Okay. Marvelous. Let us save and first we'll talk to Solar Fiend, because why not?
Leave me be.
Why? What's wrong now? Faeyr and I have had words. It has nothing to do with you. Uh-oh. Looks like they've had an argument. That's never a good thing.
Ah, it is you again.
It is good that you have come, Veldrin. Up until now, I have only had the company of Solar Fiend, and his pathetic melancholy has nearly drained my patience. So I shall be brief and send you on your way. You would like that, Solar Fiend, yes? Just spit it out if you must. Very well. The matron mothers have decided the deep gnomes, the Svirfneblin, have not shown enough fear of the drow of late. So it is time to teach them a lesson. Mother Ardulus has volunteered you for this particular service. You want me to kill Svirfneblin? Gnomes? Such a minor task, and I am to waste my time on it? I have better things to do, woman. You have better things to do than to serve the Queen of the Demon-Web Pits, Mother Loth herself? Bah! As if the Spider Queen would care what we do with the deep gnomes. Send Veldrin if you're so interested. I'm sure she can do it without me, I assure you. No, you will go with Veldrin. Argue again, and it shall be your tongue, Solar Fiend. Approach the Svirfneblin village in the Great Caverns and await a patrol. Slaughter them, and bring back proof of the deed. Return here in a few days. If this is what the Matron Mother decrees, then I have little choice. I will go now. Veldrin, catch up quickly. I expect you there without delay. And off he goes! We now have to fight the Svirfneblin. And we don't really want to do that because we're quite friendly with the Svirfneblin.
Ah, it is you again.
I suggest you go and find Solar Fiend at the Svirfneblin village in the northwest part of the cavern. And quickly. I will not tolerate a delay. Maybe the game will give us a way to deal with this in a non-violent manner. After all, why risk ourselves if we can do something else that will prevent a combat? Every combat can be deadly after all, and the Svirfneblin are very resourceful. We'll see what happens when we get there. For now, let's get there. This involves a quick journey back out of Usnartha. We were barely here, and now we're heading back out.
Whatever you want.
I think we need to go... I think it's over here we need to head. Or it may be that an event happens earlier. Who can say? Either way, we need to get across this bridge. And back into the Underdark proper. To be fair, we could just scrabble up this small outcropping of rocks and climb up into the Svirfneblin settlement, but the game won't let us do that. Why even put a ladder there if we can't climb it? Now, there is a question. Let's go over here, and we want to go to here. We still haven't found Solar Fiend, which means we haven't gone far enough. And when we come back, folks, we will deal with the Svirfneblin encounter. Since the game has told us we're going to be facing a patrol, it's inevitable that a patrol will pop up. Besides, they do want to keep the area around their settlement quite safe. If we can deal with this in a non-violent way remains to be seen. I hope so. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.